lunches and dinners. At the end, we'll have some meals made up that have sweet potatoes, broccoli, and either shredded chicken that has a honey mustard sauce or barbecued or ground turkey with barbecue sauce. So the first thing while our oven is on, we're gonna go ahead and peel and cut up our sweet potatoes. These will take the longest. So we'll go ahead and get those cooking, and then we'll go and start with our protein. All right, so I'm just gonna peel these. The other thing that can help with cutting down the cooking time of our sweet potatoes, we can cut them up, peel them, cut them up, and then we can put them in the microwave and kind of pre-cook them a little bit. And that way then we're not waiting on them to cook in the oven for a while. I'll probably cut down the cooking time by about 50%. Okay, so for our sweet potatoes, what we're gonna do is these are cooked in the microwave for about 6 minutes. We're gonna divide these into 2 trays. Put about half the bowl on this one, the other half on this one. Go ahead and shake that out. I usually just keep things simple and season my sweet potatoes with a little bit of Italian seasoning and garlic. So these you can get bulk containers at like Costco or Sam's Club. So go ahead and just season them. You can play around with your flavors. It's really hard to mess this up. Put the sweet potatoes in. Put them on the lower shelf. And those will get started while our eggs are wrapping up. And then we'll shut her up. Pulled chicken in the Instant Pot. So this is a great way to make a bunch of protein really quickly. So while you have stuff in the oven, things on the stove, that sort of thing, you can make a bunch of pulled chicken in about 30 minutes or so. So what you want to do when you set up your Instant Pot, you want to add water first. So what I have here is 2 cups of water. This is an 8-quart Instant Pot. So you need a little bit more water than the 6-quart. So I did 2 cups of water. Then we're going to throw in some chicken breasts. This is around 6 pounds of chicken breasts. Just go ahead and put those in your pot. When you go to cook with your Instant Pot, you want to prep your lid first. So big thing here is that it has a ring that removes, and you want to make sure that you put this in nice and snug. This will help your pot form a seal. When you cook in an Instant Pot, you are cooking under pressure, okay? So you have to have first a good seal. So this is in place. Then you'll flip your lid over, and you want to make sure there's 2 settings. There's venting and sealing. When you're cooking, you want to turn it to sealing so that you can create a good seal. You'll cook under pressure when it's sealing. When you go to release the pressure, you'll turn it to venting. That'll release the pressure, allow you to take off the lid. Okay, so we're going to turn it to sealing. We're going to get ready and cook our chicken. So we're going to put the lid on and turn it to lock it. And then we're gonna go ahead and plug it in and set the time for cooking. So with an Instant Pot, a lot of people get really overwhelmed by all these buttons. There's basically what you need to know is that all of these are preset options that cook under high pressure. So high pressure will allow you to cook things quicker. So to hit the easy button, you can hit manual, and then you can set your cooking time. I usually cook chicken around 25 minutes. That's all you need to do. It'll automatically then beep when it's ready. It'll turn itself on at this point and start reaching pressure. Once it's at pressure, You'll notice that this little red button up here will point up. That's an indication that it is cooking. This will then start counting down, and you'll know then when you're done cooking. It'll beep when it's completed, and then you'll be able to release the pressure and open up the lid. So you'll know that your Instant Pot is reaching pressure and is about to cook your food when this red timer is popped up. So that means that your pot is at pressure. It also locks your lid so you won't be able to open it. Many people are afraid that they're going to create a bomb. So know that for safety, when your button is popped up, that means that your lid is at pressure, so don't try to open your pot at that point. Alright, so we're going to add our lean ground turkey into our skillet. So we will just go and take, this is 2-pound container, so a total of 4 pounds. Go ahead and just throw that right in the skillet. And then we'll just brown that, break it up into like little bite-sized chunks. And then at the end, we'll season that with some barbecue sauce. So what I do then, once it's added to the pan, just use your spatula and go ahead and start breaking it down. Our turkey is browned in our skillet. Now we're gonna go ahead and add in our sugar-free barbecue sauce. This is from G. Hughes. They have a couple different flavors. I really like the hickory one. So we'll go ahead and just pour the entire thing over the top of our ground turkey. That'll give it a nice flavor. Go ahead and mix that around, get everything nice and evenly coated in barbecue sauce. Alright, so again, this was 4 pounds of ground turkey. Used the 93.7, so 93% lean ground turkey, 7% fat, and then a full bottle of the barbecue sauce. Now we're gonna put together our meals. So what we're gonna do is add in some frozen broccoli. We're gonna add in our barbecue turkey, and we're gonna add in our sweet potatoes. So the idea here is that you're gonna have one container that has your 2 fist sizes of green veggies. They're gonna have a cup size portion of something that has higher carbs, the sweet potatoes, and then they'll have a palm size portion of your lean protein. When I pack my lunch then, I'll also sometimes add in a little thing of guacamole for a little bit of healthy fat. Alright, so let's put that together. Alright, so each container will get about 6 ounces of broccoli. It's about 4 ounces of lean protein, the turkey, and another 4 ounces of sweet potatoes. Okay. It's literally that easy. You can go ahead and then put the lid on, store these in the freezer. I let them cool down a little bit. Store them in the freezer, and then when you're ready to eat them for lunches or dinners, you can go ahead and heat these up for about 5 minutes from frozen, and you have a nice healthy meal. Alright, so our Instant Pot, our chicken is done. So what we're gonna do is release the pressure so that we can take our lid off. So what you'll do is turn it towards venting. The steam will come out. The longer that it sits after completing the cooking time, it'll start to naturally release some of that pressure on its own. So all you have to do is turn it from sealing to venting to let the remainder of the pressure out. Once all the pressure is released, you'll notice that this red button will drop down. That's your sign that it's going to be safe to remove your lid. You won't actually be able to remove your lid without a lot of strength, so that's a nice safety feature. All right, so our chicken breasts are cooked. So what we're going to do is place them into a bowl, and we're gonna pull them apart, shred our chicken with 2 forks. All right, so all of our chicken is in the bowl. It's really easy now. It basically falls apart. You can shred it with 2 forks. After we have it all shredded, we are gonna then add in a nice honey mustard sauce to flavor it, and then we'll add it to our meals that have, our containers that have sweet potatoes and broccoli added. We'll have a really great shredded chicken with a honey mustard sauce. Super easy to make in your Instant Pot. Nice lean protein option that's gonna go great with some sweet potatoes and some broccoli in our container meals. So again, what we're gonna do is we're gonna have 2 fist-sized portions of our broccoli. In there is about a cup full of sweet potatoes. Then what we're gonna do is use the size of our palm to estimate how much lean protein we're gonna add. So using this spoon, what we'll do is kind of estimate like, hey, we're gonna add about a palm-sized portion of lean protein to each meal. That way it is nice and balanced. We're gonna have some lean protein, we're gonna have some veggies, some sweet potatoes. We're not lacking any flavor. It has a little bit of a sugar-free honey mustard sauce. And we're gonna stay on track with our health all week with these nice grab-and-go meals that we're gonna store either in the fridge or in the freezer. So use the size of your palm. Doesn't have to be exact. You don't have to weigh and measure things. You can use your hand to estimate and get pretty darn close to if you were to use a food scale. It doesn't have to be complicated when you are meal prepping. Keep things simple. Ask yourself, do I have some veggies? Do I have some carbs? Do I have some protein? Is it flavorful? Doesn't have to be boring. You can add in some sugar-free sauce. You can switch up your seasonings. So like when you make sweet potatoes, you can add in different seasonings. For this, we used, again, really simple Italian seasoning and garlic. If you like a little spice, you can add in things like chili powder. That's a really great option. Keep it simple, doesn't have to be boring. You don't have to suffer in order to be healthy. It can actually be pretty delicious too. Again, you can mix up your veggies. You can add in like a mixed veggie to add a little variety. Aim to add a little color to your food. So eat the rainbow. Add in some green, some orange. When you add in colorful foods, you're getting lots of vitamins and minerals that your body needs. So have a little variety in your diet. You'll notice that different people, they'll have different hand sizes. So for instance, my hand is a little bit smaller, and there are other people that their hands are much bigger. So for them, what we can do is if they hold out their hand, we can estimate the size of protein that they will receive. So that might be a little small, so we'll add in a little extra to make sure that they get enough protein for their needs. So that might be a better portion size for them. So we'll go ahead and add that in their meal. So yeah, if weighing and measuring your food stresses you out, you don't have to do that. You can use your hand as a guide to make sure that you get all of the amazing things and benefits from healthy food in right portion sizes. Keep it simple. Don't stress out. Just ask yourself if you're getting real food. Do you have proteins, carbs, and healthy fats? If the answer is yes, you are on track. And we made 20 lunches and dinners. So guys, in less than 3 hours, we went ahead and made 28 meals. This is a great way to plan for success and stay on track with your health.